My husband and I are Sandy victims, or were Sandy victims. I hate to call myself a victim, but that's what we were. We were not only victims by the flood, we were victims by two contractors that ripped us off that shouldn't have been here in the state of New Jersey. And then we were victims by the state of New Jersey, who did absolutely nothing to help us when we went to Consumer Affairs, when we went to the prosecutor's office, when we went to the police station, when we wrote letters to Asbury Park Press, to the Trenton Times, to the Trentonian, and sent them all by certified mail. Sent a letter to the governor 2 or 3 times by certified mail, and they just kept referring us back to Consumer Affairs that did nothing. We got hung up from someone in the Attorney General's office named Jennifer Miko, and said we were ranting and raving. Of course, all of that was after we were ripped off by one contractor $95,000, and we were homeless. So I think she might have been ranting and raving also. We are now back in our home. Almost 5 years later, we've been back in our home for a couple years. My husband was able to find a really good contractor who's lived in the state of New Jersey all of his life. But yeah, we were ripped off, and it was rough. It was rough going through the hurricane. We were in our house when the floodwaters came up. I actually took pictures of my husband with my camera as the floodwaters were rising that night. It was really shocking. So never thought, something like that would happen. But by the grace of God, we survived it. And somewhere in the meantime, my husband met George. My husband met George because the guy who ripped us off came to George trying to get George to drum up business for him, and something didn't sound right to George. So that's how we met George. So once we got our house rebuilt, we had George and Denise over at our house a couple years ago, and they kept telling us pretty soon our house was going to be done and they would have us here. So that's why we're here today. And it's really nice. It's sad in one sense to meet so many people that have been not only victims of Hurricane Sandy, victims of FEMA, people who paid insurance, high amounts of insurance and whatnot, and then they get nothing in return from FEMA, or they get the runaround. So it was really nice to meet a lot of you people, but sad that we all had to go through this, that we all went through being either combination of ripped off by contractors and then, shafted by our governor, our state. As I said many times to my husband, when no one wanted to listen to us after we were ripped off by this one contractor who has now ripped off 34 more victims, I said to him, with tears in my eyes, I said, we have been citizens of the state of New Jersey all of our lives. We've never been on the wrong side of the law, probably other than a speeding ticket, but never been on the wrong side of the law. And yet this guy who ripped us off, we found out that he has ripped people off in many other states: Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana. I don't know if I said Oklahoma, but yeah, he's ripped people off big time. And the state of New Jersey believed his lie rather than believing us. So that was a really hard pill to swallow. But you know what? Again, by the grace of God, we're here. And now we're here at George's meeting so many other fantastic people. And again, sad that so many of these other people have been victims of Hurricane Sandy and then victims of consumer fraud and theft by deception by contractors who all they want to do is take your money and then run and not do anything.